This is Max Shears for Pro Boxing Fans. I'm glad we joined for the very first time by Rolly Romero. You seem in a good mood today. How are you doing, mate?
I'm doing good right now, mate.
You've had over a year out of the ring now. I mean, just the past year, how has that been? And I imagine as a fighter, you want to get straight back in as soon as possible.
God don't make mistakes. I was not supposed to fight, bro.
Mm.
I mentally, emotionally, and physically, I just could not fight. And as I kept trying to force these fights, for some reason, God just kept getting in the way of them, and I just could not fight. And if I would have fought at any of those times, I would have lost. I know myself.
I've watched a lot of your interviews and I've listened to you talking about finding faith and God. I mean, just if you could just open up on that. I know a lot of fighters obviously do like to follow faith and religion. Just for you, that journey.
It was like, well, the thing is, God had actually spoke to me right before I fought Ryan, right before I walked out, right before they put me in that car. I was injured, and he had done. I'm like, God, I'm worried about my shoulder,
Mm.
and I instantly hear him say, "You're not going to need it." I'm like, because it reminds me of my first time that God spoke to me when I was 21. I was home. I'm like, "Who's there?" He's like, "Tell me what's wrong." I'm like, "Who's there?" And I'm moving around. I'm like. It was Nobi, and I heard his audible voice. Well, this is the next time, 8 years later, I heard it, and I just started thinking about it. I'm like, bro, all the dumb stuff I did in the last 8 years, man. I'm like, man, if it was really that big of a problem, I would have, he would have told me something by now. But finally, he did. He's like, you're not going to need it. I'm like, but I want to win. He said, you're going to win, and you're going to come out completely unharmed. I'm like, okay. Then he says, but you're not going to knock him out. 30 seconds earlier, I'm like, murder, 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 kill, 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 all that stuff right by. But I'm like, bro, I'm on a Turkey LA Sheik card. They're promoting this Devin Ryan rematch. There's no way I'm going to win unless I knock this dude out. I'm going to get, but so I'm going to box this dude with one arm. And I'll say, it reminds me of the story of Judges 6 through 8, the story of Gideon, the 300 men. Okay, you have 10,000 men. No, you need less. No, no, you need less. Well, show me a sign, guy. You need less. With the 300 men, they overtook in the whole army, right? And it's just like, bro. So I tell God, I'm like, okay, God, I surrender myself to you. I just fight out, live my life for you. And God, that's why I look so confused in that car. God's voice was so loud, he was talking to me that whole car ride. I asked him every question I ever want to know the answer to. His voice was so loud I could not hear the people that were outside yelling. It was the most surreal thing because I was with the garden. I looked like I was in a whole different world. A
Mm.
little kid in a garden. I walk out the car, he tells me to pay attention. Exactly how he told me that the fight was gonna play out. You think this was my game plan? Oh, hold the phone here, Rolly. On the like, bro, that was not my game plan. My game plan was to chop his head off.
Mm.
I beat him. And furthermore to the even more the testimony, I found out some other stuff too that there is no way I would have won that fight. Now I think about it, right? But the Lord Jesus was with me. If the Lord Jesus was with me, do not ever doubt me. But right away, literally directly right away after that, my whole life, literally the next day, my whole life went to depression.
Mm.
I lost the two people I've loved most in my whole life and my former self all within a day.
Mm.
And it was hard. It was the hardest thing I've ever gone through because my grief from me extended for a whole 7 months of battling suicidal thoughts, battling all sorts of, and at the same time, reading the whole Bible, feeling convicted for every sin I'd ever done, over and over and over again. I was in a purgatory of just constant pain and torment, and it just would not stop. But I just kept hearing his voice more clear than ever. And eventually, it was January 11th is when he told me what was the cyanide I was taking and the poison that was affecting me and destroying my life and caused me torments for 747 days. It's insane, bro. And he was the one that told me it was his voice.
Mm.
I was in the shower and I begged him. I asked, told him everything. I gave him everything. And then he told me what it was. And then he released me out of my prison.
I have to ask, I mean, when you talk about that journey and that time, I imagine it makes you weigh up your life, what's important, there's people close to you. I mean, for you now, like say that journey, you feel like you are ready for fighting. Where does fighting come in now? And like I said, are you excited to get back in the ring now? You said you spoke about like almost forcing yourself to fight, and it was through these conversations where you didn't fight. Now do you feel like you do want to fight again?
I'm ready now.
Mm,
I'm back. I'm the best. When I mean the best, I'm the best version of myself I've ever seen.
mm.
It's incredible. I I'm the best version of myself right now in all aspects of my life.
I have to ask the guy that you last beat, Ryan Garcia, again, like I've never been to America and it's a dream of mine. And when you think of America, you think of Times Square and you beat this guy at Times Square. I mean, first of all, for you, you speak about growing up as a kid, that must be surreal, even now a year on, to think back that you did that at that historic event. I mean, just how is that?
I didn't do it though.
Hmm.
I didn't do it. God smited Ryan and he used me, but I didn't do it. It was not me. If it was not, it was not me. It was given to me from the powers above me. I had no play in that part. If it was me, I would have knocked him out cold. I had no play in that. I had no play in that. That had nothing to do with me.
Do you
So
feel,
I owe, I can't even take credit for it.
hmm. Do you feel if you two were to rematch that you would knock him out cold then, or
It's whatever God's will is.
hmm. You know
I
your carry on.
even I know everything in my career has happened. It was spiritual. Everything, my defeats, my victories, everything. I could tell you exactly where I was with Christ when every single moment of my career.
You spoke about the fights that you were trying to force. I mean, one of them, that at least we heard in the public eye, was with Manny Pacquiao. I mean, can you clear up what happened with Manny Pacquiao? Why did that fight not happen? Was that on his end or?
It was on his end. They're begging me to fight. Clearly, were they not? And I
Mm.
was like, bro, I ain't gonna fight this dude. Like, bro, I'm not gonna get my credit and all that stuff, right? And I was going after the Ryan fight because me and Ryan had a rematch clause. We already had the whole deal set up and everything, right? But bro, Pacquiao kept asking for the fight, right? And then it was like, okay, well, let's make this fight happen. And for 2 months, we negotiated and all that stuff, right? He kept wanting more money, even though he couldn't sell what he was trying to ask for. And so the fight got blown, and then like a month and a half later, that's when this whole Floyd thing came into. So it was like everyone's like, "Oh, Floyd took your fight." Floyd didn't take my fight. The fight was already burnt. It was already done. It was a dead deal. They wasted my time. They just used me for clout.
There's talk of Ryan Garcia facing Conor Benn next. I think he announced it on September 12th, apparently. I
Do
mean,
you do you believe that?
you're the fighter, Rolly. You might know more than me on this, but is
You,
Conor Benn world level?
Conor Benn was saying he was gonna fight me, and we had the whole deal set up for May 30th.
Mm.
He was gonna get his first world title shot. You gonna believe anything that this dude says that he's not, this incredible dude, the Eggman, the dude that eats eggs to gain his power? Or are you gonna believe Ryan Garcia is the dude that calls out everybody and does nothing, and then on top of that goes all the says he's gonna go all the way back down to 140 to fight Shakur Stevenson? Do you believe him? Do you believe the dude that literally fought a beyond weight drain burnt out Barrios?
Mm.
Oh wait, the dude that says that his hand was injured when he fought me, when literally the week of the fight, he's literally hitting the back. You don't remember that? Are you gonna believe the dude that claims he never took steroids or did this or does this over and over and over again with Devin, and then saying that they're gonna rematch and they never do? All the boxing world is very incredible, but Ryan is amongst the worst. How many people has Ryan Garcia called out in the last year?
Hmm.
The only way he hasn't called out is me because he knows I'll actually go beat him up, and he can't. So he's avoided me completely. But now, tell me how many people has he called out?
Hmm.
Now, do I believe Ryan Garcia truly wants to fight Conor Benn and dislocate his jaw because Conor Benn is the easiest fighter in boxing? Yes, anyone would take the free meat.
Hmm.
But does that mean Conor Benn's gonna do it? We don't know.
I think I know what answer you're going to give me here when you talk about the easiest fight in history, but do you not think Conor Benn's on world level then? It was just your thought on Conor Benn's level. I would say he's calling out all of these names. Shakur Stevenson. He spoke about a fight with you May 30th. Ryan Garcia.
Had the whole deal done, bro.
Mm,
He's over there chasing cloud, like all that stuff, bro. We had already had the deal done when we did that stuff in New York. I didn't even want to do that. I have the messages right here. I'm like, bro, I don't do fake beef.
mm.
I like Conor Ben, bro. The dude's a fan of me. He sends me selfies when he's bored. Like, bro, I'm telling you, I just, I don't like this fake beef stuff, man. But like, man, I get it. He's doing what he has to do. He has to provide for his family. You know, he's doing what he has to do.
And just last one, Rolly. I know we don't have very long. Just last one. Conor Benn, Ryan Garcia. I mean, Conor is supposedly signed with Zuffa, which lots of people weren't surprised about. For you, you've grown up in the Mayweather gym, you've grown up in this judo background, you've looked at the traditional governing bodies of the WBC, WBA, IBF. How does everything with Zuffa play out? They're saying they don't want to work with them guys. Supposedly, Garcia Ben will be for the WBC title. Ben signed to Zuffa. I mean, just how does Zuffa? What is their role in boxing to you? What do you think they play in boxing?
I don't know. I just don't know. Let's say it like this, right? It's still way too premature to even see if this system works for boxing.
Mm,
I cannot even give an opinion of whether it's good or bad or any of this stuff because it's just simply way too premature to even give a speculation on even. I don't even know what they're doing truly.
mm.
I just don't. I don't know what their end goal is with holding 300 people in a fight or you know, I don't know. I don't know the plan. I got an idea what it actually is, but boxing you need fights that actually generate money. So I just don't know.
Well, Rolly, it's been an honor. Thank you very much for your time. And next time I'm sparring, I'll give you a shout, mate. Yeah,
Of course, make sure I'm telling you, you ever have a problem with somebody want to hit you, somebody wants to do anything to you, but you owe somebody money, somebody owe you money or something, right? You got a problem with a girl, you got a crush on a girl, just tell you know me.
definitely, mate. Thank you very much.